Well, we had a fantastic opportunity having this meeting here in Australia to bring the Minister for Communications, Malcolm Turnbull, to come and open the meeting. And he gave what I think was a pretty inspiring speech about really reaffirming the importance of the work that this community does. I think he really genuinely actually recognises that that the arrangements that make the internet successful and have made it so successful over the years are actually quite unique and need to be well understood by governments and well protected by governments. I mean, his message was that this entire infrastructure, the internet infrastructure, has been built almost entirely out of government hands. It's been built by a whole cross-section of the multi-stakeholder community. Governments have been a part, but they have not asked for or designed or paid for the internet. So the message there is that we don't really want to change that. We don't want to suddenly put internet operations which have gone very successfully into governmental hands, even though some governments may be asking for that. It's understandable because governments have really suddenly found themselves with the internet playing an absolutely critical role in their societies. There is almost no country on earth now that doesn't rely on the internet pretty heavily. So from a governmental point of view, to have that critical infrastructure sort of suddenly appear and yet to have not a very clear role in managing or creating it creates some understandable sort of questions. Houlin Zhao followed from the presentation by the Australian Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, and he said very clearly that he found the Minister's speech very inspiring. He agreed with what the Minister had said about the importance of the multi-stakeholder model. He was, he seemed to be, well inspired and really to be comfortable with the speech that he'd heard. He affirmed again that the ITU does not have an interest in kind of taking over internet governance, and I think everyone's in our community is always glad to hear that. But the ITU is a stakeholder in internet governance, as is every other intergovernmental organisation, non-profit and industry and so forth. So I think what the ITU needs to work out is how best they can be involved and how best they can contribute. Now, APNIC does collaborate with the ITU quite actively in what's called the D sector. So the development sector of the ITU is the one which actually has been responsible for great work around developing countries of the region. And we've worked together with them on projects for training, for development of human capacity and expertise in internet technical and policy areas, and also in direct engineering assistance where we can help, or we can bring people in who can help with internet development and architectural sort of challenges in different environments. So in places like Laos or Sri Lanka or other developing countries of the region, we've been working together very constructively and very positively.